At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, Ollie's, The Palace Lounge, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, and the Mountaineer Grill and Pub.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening and welcome to Spring Mills High School here on the Parsons Ford countdown to tip-off as we get set for Spring Mills and Millbrook. Currently the JV action wrapping up. Spring Mills on top 41-30. I'm Nick Verzolini. My cameraman tonight is Kyle McLaughlin, and back in the studio is Dylan Bishop as we get set for this matchup. Spring Mills playing their first game of the year. The Cardinals return two big names from last season in Caleb Thomas and Max Anderson. Millbrook coming in at 2-4, and both teams looking for a good one here in this non-conference matchup. The Pioneers have some injuries that they're dealing with right now. A new head coach in Coach Green, who comes over from the girls' side, and for Spring Mills, Luke Samples enters another season at the helm. A team that has some talent. Max Anderson, Caleb Thomas, the names that we mentioned coming back that people are familiar with. Of course, Xavier Anderson, the brother of Max Anderson, a player that shined on the football field, has a lot of height, has a lot of size, and can definitely be a big contributor for the Cardinals this season. Millbrook turns to Andrew Henry, Darius Banks to lead them. Chase Ford, Sean Rokes, and Kyle Arthur, their starters, are some guys that certainly could have a big impact on the game here tonight. They are 2-4, but it's been a challenging schedule so far for Millbrook. So Millbrook, Spring Mills, they played some close games over the years as well. Usually a good one between these two teams. Usually a one-possession game. It's the Parsons Ford countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Parsons Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg. Or online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Luke Samples, as we had a pre-recorded interview of him on the show today. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. We're back in 2 minutes.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Hi, Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Team brings back, obviously, Max Anderson, Caleb Thomas. A lot to be excited about this year. What are you looking forward to about the team?
Yeah, we bring back a lot of core guys and Max and CT, but I'm excited to see how the other guys develop around them. You got Xavier Anderson. He had a really good football season. He had a really good offseason with basketball. Akwesi Opoku Champong, mouthful point guard. Lokai U. Smith, a slasher to the basket, can shoot it from deep. And then we got a kid back, Tyler Jones from Goretti. He's a really good shooter. He can get to the basket. He can score. And then we got Logan Bush. He had 18 last year against Hedgesville, at Hedgesville. So, yeah, it's just exciting to see how this team meshes. It's a completely different team, but we had a great off season, so we're just looking to continue that success into the regular season.
Coach Samples, Colin here. We saw a big improvement on the gridiron for Spring Mills. What are some of the growth through the offseason that you saw on the basketball court for your team?
Yeah, man. Anytime we have a good football season, any school, it leads into basketball season. So, we had guys out there, the Anderson boys. Hope Boquay, he's another kid that plays varsity for us. He started both ways in football. We went to a few team camps. We went to a few showcases. We played in a fall league. We try to get our guys as much exposure as possible. A ton of our guys played on for West Virginia Gold, a travel basketball team where all expenses paid. Jawan Staten runs that. He was an All-American out of West Virginia. So all that stuff together, the skill workouts, the weight room, we had a wonderful off season. I think what we've been saying the whole time is that we have to have a March mindset. So we're just trying to build. This is still an off season for us, really. I mean, tonight is our first regular season game, but we still look at it as the off season. The only games that matter that are in March. I think our focus has shifted a little bit. We started off seasons pretty good the last 2 years and kind of fell off. So, we're just trying to build every day, and it's still kind of we're treating this kind of like still preseason.
Coach, when it comes to finding an identity for your team, do you think how far along in that process are you this year? Because obviously you want to have that sort of core of what your team is good at and what their strengths are. Where do you think you are in that process of figuring out what this team's identity is and what it's going to be?
Yeah, I think we know who we are. I think we have what we need to work on is being who we are every day, if that makes any sense. Again, we've played tons of games this off season. We played together all fall. We played together all summer. And we've had a few scrimmages, and if we we know who we want to be, and if we can just be who we want to be, we're going to be pretty hard to beat.
Because you talk about taking that next step and having that playoff success, what do you think it's going to take to get to that point with this program?
I think everyone understanding that this is day by day. We have to take every day one step at a time and improve every day. Starts tonight against Millbrook. Morgantown's winning. They're 3-0, and they're winning every game by 66.3 points a game. That's what state champions do. They're back-to-back state champions. And if we even want to be on that level or be on the level where we can go to the state tournament, win a regional final, we have to understand that it doesn't matter who we play. It doesn't matter if the team's better than us. It doesn't matter if we're more talented than that team. We have to bring our best game every single night, and we have to be consistent with that.
As you mentioned, that starts tonight. What have you seen from Millbrook as they've already played 6 games so far?
Yeah, I mean, you said it right there. They played 6 games. That's huge. We played 0. Again, we've talked about our off season, and I think we've been playing games all year round. But a real game is different. In front of a packed house, which we plan to have a packed house tonight, of a packed student section. You're playing in front of your parents. You're playing in front of your classmates. You're playing in front of your friends. You're playing in front of your community. Everything tightens up a little bit. So that's the number one factor. We just have to come out and do what we do. Don't let the excitement get to us. Millbrook, they're a weird scout. They have, I've seen every one of their games. They have all guards. I mean, they're all about 5'10" to 6'1", and they're all guards. They have, they work hard. The Eric Green's their coach. He went to a couple state championship games with the girls over in Millbrook, and he's come over to the guys now, and he has them playing really, really hard on both ends of the floor. Millbrook, again, for us, it's been a one-possession game the last 3 years. So we expect it to be tight, and we're going to have to pull it out at the end.
Coach, when it comes to tonight's matchup, what have you been focusing on for Millbrook specifically, this being your first time out on the court this year? What do you think is going to be the key for your team for this one?
I think we've gotten a lot better in focusing on ourselves. We want to be the best us. I mean, we want to play inside out. We want to rebound. We want to run. If we can play inside out, rebound and run, then I think we're going to be fine. And that's almost every game. Sometimes, in the past we've had a really young team with freshmen and sophomores. We only have one senior this year, but we're a little more veteran oriented just because of the games under our belt. But I think this year we're just focused on ourselves more. Obviously we have to shut down a few sets that Millbrook does. We have to handle their pressure. But with that said, if we can execute what we do, play inside out, rebound, and run, we're going to be pretty good every night.
Coach, you mentioned only one senior on your team, and even though you have that experience with guys that were been playing since their freshman year, a guy that's really always been a leader for your team, but now will certainly take a bigger leadership role, I would think, is Max Anderson. He's coming off of a great football season. What does Max bring into the basketball team this year?
Special leader, 3-year captain for us. He was a captain as a freshman. Like I said, he was a little out of shape. Football and basketball shape are different. But yeah, Max is so tough. He's so gritty. He's so willing to do everything that no one else is. He's our leader out there. It's kind of fortunate because we have Caleb Thomas and Akwesi Opoku-Achampong going sophomore. Those are our 3 captains voted on by our players. So, but Max leads. Max was overwhelmingly the number 1 vote there. So you can't replace a kid like that. I think he's like a super senior, really. I mean, I know he's only a junior, but he's been around so long. He's been with us in 7th grade. He knows the system. He knows what we're looking for, and you can't replace a kid like that. He's our floor general out there, and I expect a lot out of him. On and off the floor. And as a coach, I'm fortunate to have a kid like that.
Coach, at the beginning of our interview here with you, you said you guys have that March mentality, and with that, wanted to get your thoughts about the conference and how strong it will be this year.
Well, we've been fortunate because we haven't played yet, and I've got to see everyone else play. So, I can make a kind of educated assessment of it. it's the EPAC. You know, I say it every year. Everyone's going to be good in the EPAC. Everyone I've seen looks pretty solid. Obviously, they look a lot like us. You know, they have a lot of talent. You know, it's been shaky here or there, but I'm sure we're going to look shaky here or there tonight. Obviously, in my opinion, 2-time EPAC champions, Jefferson High School. They're the king. They're number one. Until someone beats them, they're going to be number one. And other than that, man, it's just everyone has so much talent, and it's just who is going to work all the kinks out and be there at the end. I think it's up for grabs. But, you know, based off of what I've seen from Jefferson and, you know, them being the defending champions 2 years in a row, you know, they're the best. Everyone's chasing them. And, you know, night in and night out, who can handle the big crowds, who can handle the stressful situations, who can execute down the stretch. And I think that's what it comes down to. Every school in the EPAC is very talented.
I thought you were good. Sorry, Dylan.
Yeah. Coach, you know, we talked about Max. Caleb Thomas is the other guy that comes back that has a lot of the experience. When you look at Caleb, you know, super talented, can do a lot of different things for your team. Do you think, though, he maybe needs to take another step this year, especially now that he's, you know, heading into his junior season and you have a lot of high expectations for him?
Yeah, and I think you're going to see that. Caleb, he's not the same player that he was last year. Again, it's a process with every kid. Every kid's going to progress in different ways, and you know, through the West Virginia Gold, playing on the New Balance circuit, through our team camps, through the fall league, and through the exposure, just being around. He's talking to Division II coaches, he's talking to Division I coaches on a weekly basis. I think that gives a kid confidence. I think he believes that he is a different player, and you're going to see a lot more balance. You know, he can play inside. He can play with his back to the basket now. He can play outside. He can still run the point and stuff like that. He could do that last year. If he has to shoot the ball, I mean, he's one of the best shooters on the team. He just doesn't like to take a shot when he can go dunk it. You know, so. Yeah, you're going to see a more aggressive kid. He's a mild-mannered kid. He's not. I mean, in a few of our scrimmages, I mean, he'll dunk on someone's head and then he'll just, you know, show no emotion. That's just what he is. He thinks that's what he should do. That's his job. But other than that, his play is going to be is a lot more aggressive. He's putting on about 20 pounds, so that's really helped him in the weight room. And again, I think his ability to play with his back to the basket this year is really gonna change things. And we have a point guard. We have Kwesi Apoko-Champong. Max is better with the ball. So we have some guys that can, you know, he doesn't have to bring the ball up and then do everything. He gets a little bit of a break to where, you know, we can set some stuff up for him because we have other guys that can handle the ball.
All right, Coach, thank you for the time, and best of luck tonight.
Thank you, guys. See you tonight.
Yep.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
With 4
4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states. Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Mayhem is everywhere.
On your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills High School. As we heard from the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Luke Samples, our coaches' interviews are brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's, fast, fresh, friendly. We'll now hear from the head coach of the Millbrook Pioneers, Coach Eric Green.
We're now joined by the head coach of the Millbrook Pioneers, Coach Green. Coach, your team off to kind of a slow start, up and down. What have you liked about your team so far? What are some things you need to improve on?
Well, we've started off slowly, man, but that's what happens when just taking over a program and trying to change the culture of things and develop a culture. And so, we're still learning, man. We're trying to get an identity of who we want to be and what type of style we want to play. And so, but we're getting after it in practice each and every day, trying to improve and just trying to bang. We had a tough schedule starting off, man, with Spotswood and some other teams, Harrisonburg and Liberty. So, we've been in some dog fights, and, our 4 losses came from 2 teams, the same 2 teams. So, hopefully we can try to get on a winning track today.
And, Coach, you have been at Millbrook for a while. You were the girls' coach. Switching over to the boys, any differences between those two, and what made you want to take over the boys program?
Well, it was a challenge for me with the boys. I've always wanted to coach boys high school, and with the girls, I think I was pretty successful. 169 wins and 20 losses, so that was pretty successful, and just wanted a different challenge. So I stepped up and took over the boys. But the difference between the boys and girls, it's funny. The girls will do everything you ask them to do. The boys, they hear you, but sometimes they want to improvise and could frustrate you at times, but it's all good, man. I'm blessed to have a group of good guys. They want to win. They're busting their butt every day to get better. So I couldn't ask for a better group of young men, and I'm proud to be able to coach them and hopefully lead them and help them develop some success.
Who have been some key players for you so far this season?
Andrew Henry and Chase Ford have really stepped up and kind of carried us. We've been down 2 starters. Richie Pell's been hurt. He's out. Don't know when he's coming back. Another kid, Cohen suffered a concussion, so tonight will be his first game back. He'll be coming off the bench. So I'll be glad to be able to get the whole team back and play a game with the team. And, but we've had other kids step up each and every night, man. It's been different. So, we're just trying to build that continuity.
Spring Mills, your opponent tonight. What have you seen from them so far? And usually Millbrook and Spring Mills have had some good games over the years.
They have, man. The funny thing, I haven't been able to find any tape on this group. So this being their first game, I know some of their key players, who they are, but, honestly, I haven't seen any video of them. So this is like, a toss-up for us on, who's even starting. We don't even know that right now. So, but, my philosophy has always been, man, make teams stop you. You don't worry about what the other team does. As the game goes on, you coach that. You see how the game's flowing, and you make adjustments on the fly, and that's what we're going to have to do tonight.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck tonight.
Like I said, they
So that was Coach Eric Green of Millbrook. We will take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll get some keys to the game and maybe the starting lineups as well, depending on how much time we have before tip-off. But this is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 2 minutes.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football. Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney. Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
We'll be back to the Cardinal Coliseum here on the Parsons Ford countdown to tip-off between Spring Mills and Millbrook. Nick Verzolini here, my cameraman Colin McLaughlin, back in the studio, Dylan Bishop. We've heard from the coaches. Let's get some keys to the game, brought to you by the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, home of friends and family pricing. Looking at this matchup and just looking at, if you're watching on TV 10, you can see a clear size difference between Millbrook and Spring Mills. The Cardinals with the 6'7" Xavier Anderson and the 6'7" Caleb Thomas. Those two definitely stand out, as well as Loke Uth Smith, who stands at 6'4". On the Millbrook side, I don't have their official heights, but I don't see anybody probably taller than 6'1". So it's an undersized Millbrook team compared to Spring Mills. So that means if you're looking at the Millbrook side, you probably have to box out and try to win this rebounding battle, or at least keep it close on the glass to have a chance here tonight against Spring Mills. Another thing, though, that goes in Millbrook's favor is they've already played 6 games. The Spring Mills Cardinals, this is their first game of the season, so how do they gel together early in the game will be important. Millbrook has already played, so you would expect their chemistry to be pretty good. You would expect their conditioning to be pretty good. And if the game stays close like we would expect, maybe Millbrook would have the edge down the stretch. We'll also get you the starting lineups now, brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors. John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, or call 304-263-4343. We'll start with our visitors, Millbrook. Starting at guard, number 3, Darius Banks. Andrew Henry, number 11. Number 12, Chase Ford. Number 20, Sean Rooks. And number 24, Kyle Arthur. For Spring Mills, starting number 2, Akwese Opoku, Akampon. Caleb Thomas, number 3, Xavier Anderson, number 10, Loke Uth Smith, number 11, and number 15, Max Anderson. So as we get ready for tip-off, excited to see this Spring Mills Cardinals team coming off of a 15-9 year or season ago, where they showed some flashes of their potential with their young core that returns this year, like Anderson and Thomas, who looked to lead this team, but they came up a little bit short in the postseason. Coach Sample says they have that March mentality. They want to make it to Charleston this year, so they're taking it one day at a time. On the Millbrook side, they've already played 6 games. They're 2-4. They have a new coach in Coach Green, who's had tremendous success at the girls' level, 169-20 on the girls' side. How does he bring it to the Millbrook boys who are looking to build on that success? So we get ready for the national anthem as well as the starting lineups to be announced here. We'll go ahead and take a 3-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll get you set for tip-off, and we'll bring you, I guess, probably some of the pregame festivities here between Millbrook and Spring Mills. Again, a 3-minute break. On the other side of that break, we're back here from the Cardinal Coliseum. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. We're back in 3 minutes.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for $12 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $12.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
Hi, I'm Lori.
And I'm Dave. It's hard to believe, but Bechtel Jewelers is going out of business. Before we close, you can save up to 80% off our entire inventory of gold, diamonds, watches, even unique estate jewelry.
Everything in our inventory must go. And now we've taken deeper discounts store-wide. So help Santa out early this year and visit Bechtel Jewelers before it's too late.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills High School inside the Cardinal Coliseum. The starters being announced out on the floor for Millbrook. And while we have some time here, I want to go over some of the history between these two teams. As I mentioned earlier, close games is what they've played, and it gets as close, or last season it was as close as a finish as you can get, as Spring Mills beat Millbrook 60-59 last year, and then 2 seasons ago were victorious 56-49 as the Cardinals come out here. A new kind of, I guess, tradition here. Got some DJs in the building. Lights are out. A little bit of a light show as well. And we'll get the Cardinals starters announced here on the floor. But definitely an exciting Spring Mills season coming up. They have a lot of talent. They had a lot of potential, but will they reach that potential this year? It's really the key. And I think, again, looking at this matchup, the height of Spring Mills as we get set for the opening tip-off versus kind of an undersized Millbrook team. But how did they match up with this Cardinals squad? It should be interesting to see. Spring Mills, again, this is their first game of the year. This is their home opener as well. Pretty good crowd on hand for those in attendance. Pretty much a sellout, it looks like, on the home side. And on the near side, a lot of Millbrook fans made the trip. So as we get set here for tip-off, Cardinals in their home white uniforms with the blue numbers outlined in red with the red and blue stripes down the side and the blue and red letters across the chest. Millbrook in their away blue uniforms, North Carolina blue with the navy blue numbers, white lettering across the chest and the navy blue stripe down the side. Our opening tip-off is brought to you by the Skinner Law Firm, Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com, and we're just about ready to get started here between Spring Mills and Millbrook. Sean Rooks in the circle for Millbrook and Caleb Thomas in the circle for the Cardinals. And the tip is won easily by Caleb Thomas, and we are underway here from the Cardinal Coliseum. Compound with the basketball. Coming off the screen over to Thomas. Into the corner for three from Smith. And Uth Smith knocks down the triple to get Spring Mills on the board here first. 3-0 lead, 7:36 to go in this opening quarter for Spring Mills. Millbrook now with the basketball. It's Chase Ford being guarded by Xavier Anderson. Swings it to the right wing. And a traveling violation going against Millbrook. It will be a turnover, and Spring Mills gets it back. Cardinals with a good student section here in attendance. Like I said, pretty much that home stands completely full on the opposite side of me. Compound gets the foul called against Millbrook. It will most likely go here on Kyle Arthur, who tosses the ball away in frustration. 7:18 to go in this opening quarter. 3-0 Spring Mills. Uth Smith will inbound from the far side. He gets it into Thomas. Thomas back to a Compound. Down low to Xavier Anderson. He kisses it off the glass and through. It's 5-0. Spring Mills on top here early going. Now with the basketball is Henry. Henry swings it to the right wing to Arthur. Arthur into the high post. Back out to him. Now back into the hands of Sean Rooks. Dribble handoff there between Arthur and Banks has some issues. Now Arthur finds Banks, and Darius Banks head fakes, drives in with the right hand, kicks it back out, and it's nearly turned over. Recovered on the play by Chase Ford. Ford with a 5-0 lead for Spring Mills, 6:35 to go in the opening quarter, and he drives in, kicks it back out to Banks. Into the hands of Henry. Henry driving in, kicks it out to Rooks. Rooks' open three is good from the left wing. Sean Rooks knocks down the triple. And it's 5-3. Spring Mills still on top. Opposite wing now, Uth Smith driving in. Down low to Max Anderson. Down low to Xavier Anderson. Good head fake, and he gets the layup to go. 4 points for Xavier Anderson. 7-3. Cardinals on top of Millbrook. Over to Andrew Henry now on the wing. Up top, working it to Ford. Now back to Banks. Banks, good bounce pass underneath for Arthur, but it's off his knee and it heads out of bounds. Spring Mills will take over on the turnover. Early on, some turnovers holding down this Millbrook offense. They look a little bit out of sync. They'll reset the net, and now Caleb Thomas will inbound to Akampong. Poku Akampong with the basketball over to Oof Smith. 7-3, Cardinals on top. Caleb Thomas dribble drives in. Wide open lane. Oof Smith, another corner three. That one's in and out, no good. He gets his own rebound. Drives baseline and now kicks it out to Anderson. Wide open triple for Caleb Thomas. In and out, no good. Rebounded on the other end by Rooks. 7-3, Spring Mills had some good looks on that end, but couldn't get them to fall. Now with it is Chase Ford. Ford over to Arthur. Arthur drives into the right hand and lost it off the dribble, but it's knocked away by the Cardinals. It will stay with the Pioneers. 7-3, Spring Mills here first quarter. 5:09 remaining in the opening quarter, and the Millbrook Pioneers will inbound from the baseline. Gets it into Arthur. Arthur back over to Rooks. Rooks off the bank screen finds Chase Ford on the left wing, guarded by Xavier Anderson. Ford drives in, kicks it out. Good head fake and a shot on the way, no good by Andrew Henry. Rebounded by Oof Smith. Oof Smith going coast to coast. Left-handed layup, no good. Banks skies up for the rebound, and Millbrook running back the other way. Rooks now, jump pass over to Banks, top of the key, three. That's off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Akampong. Now Anderson in transition, looks for his brother Xavier Anderson, but it's off his hands and then off of him and out of bounds. It will go to Millbrook. Still 7-3, Spring Mills on top with 4:31 to go in this first quarter. Have our first substitution here. It will be Riley Baker into the ball game in the early going. Again, as Coach Green mentioned, Cohen Creswell out currently, as well as Richard Power. Creswell coming back here tonight off the concussion. We should see him off the bench at some point. Rooks with the crossover dribble into the hands. Back to Rooks now, and three-pointer is good. Wide open again. Sean Rooks has all 6 points for the Pioneers. They're only down one at 7-6. Caleb Thomas now. One dribble over the left wing to Oof Smith. His pass is knocked away, and now it will remain in his hands, or it will remain with Spring Mills as it's out of bounds. Oof Smith gets it in to Akampong. Now skip pass into the corner, back to Oof Smith. Cardinals working it around the perimeter. Thomas has it on the left wing. Skip pass to Oof Smith. He'll drive baseline, kick it back out. Akampong has it tipped away, and it will go to Millbrook as Spring Mills couldn't handle it. Good defense from the Pioneers, and they'll take over now. Only down by one with 3:39 to go in this opening quarter at 7-6. Our first quarter brought to you by on TV 10, Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown. Ranson, proudly serving our area since 1880. Head fake on the dribble drive, pull up, and that shot's in and out, no good from Chase Ford. Rebounded by Xavier Anderson. Caleb Thomas now has it. Oof Smith brings it into the front court for the Cardinals. Akampong. Akampong with the crossover dribble drive in with the right-handed layup, and that's up and good. Good take from the young point guard. Chase Ford now driving in on the other side for Millbrook at the elbow. Kicks it back out to Sean Rooks. Rooks with the dribble high end off of Banks. Banks kicks it out to Ford. 2:45 to go in this opening quarter. 9-6. Spring Mills on top. Driving baseline is Banks. Millbrook having some issues with it on that far side, and it results in a turnover. Spring Mills takes over at the basketball with 2:39 to go in the opening quarter, up 9-6. Akampong will take the inbound here from Anderson, Max Anderson that is, in front of the Cardinal bench. Spring Mills yet to going to the bench. Millbrook coming out with a little 1-2-2 press. And a good break, and Caleb Thomas with the finish and the foul. His first 2 points of the season, 11-6 Spring Mills. He'll go to the line to shoot one. Caleb Thomas, the athletic big man for the Cardinals, can do it all. Play in the post, play on the perimeter, bring the ball up if necessary. His free throw's up and good. He has 3 points. 12-6 Cardinals on top of Millbrook. Baker with it over to Rooks. Rooks with a good dribble move, drives in, kicks it out to Chase Ford. Now back to Baker. That one taken away. Caleb Thomas all by himself. He'll throw it down with the one hand. And the Cardinals are on top 14-6. Millbrook needs a timeout. It is all Spring Mills here early on with 2:03 to go in this first quarter. And we'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 30.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Spring Mills 14, Millbrook 6 here, opening quarter. Caleb Thomas with an emphatic slam dunk to extend the Cardinals' lead out to 14-6 off the steal. Millbrook looking a little bit out of sync here offensively. Spring Mills in their first game of the year clicking pretty well for the Cardinals. So Millbrook will have it out of the timeout. 2:03 to go in this first quarter. Our other first quarter sponsor here on TV10. CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward. Henry with the basketball as he'll bring it across the timeline, and Millbrook sets up the offense. Now Henry off the screen, dumps it down to Lewis. Lewis's shot no good, rebounded by Anderson. Here's ahead to Max Anderson. Max Anderson with the good pass. Too many passes on the other end for Spring Mills, and it's a turnover. Millbrook now bringing it into the front court. Andrew Henry with a good crossover dribble. Kicks it back out. Rooks top of the key now into the hands of Baker. And Chase Ford will reset the offense. Over to Lewis. Back over to Baker. Now driving in is Ford. Rooks back to Ford. Good head fake. Drives baseline. Dumps it down to Lewis. Millbrook trying to find something here offensively. Lewis nearly traveled, and he did. Good call from the official, and that's a turnover again for Millbrook. A lot of turnovers early on in this ball game with 1:01 to go in this opening quarter. And a 14-6 lead for Spring Mills. First substitution on for the Cardinals. Checking into the game is Tyler Jones. Oof Smith checks out. Jones, the sophomore, checking in. Caleb Thomas with it. He gets double teamed. Acampo down low now. Xavier Anderson with the right hand, and he gets the layup to go. Anderson has 6 points. Good pass from his brother Max. It's 16-6. Those two connecting on the football field quite a bit this year. Both of them All-State. Anderson was second team, Max Anderson that is. Xavier Anderson was honorable mention. And there's a takeaway by the Cardinals, and Max Anderson will push it up the floor. Akampon driving in now, kicks it back to Max Anderson in the right corner. 13 seconds to go in this opening quarter. Caleb Thomas takes it in the high post, now brings it back outside. Thomas off the dribble, driving in with the right hand. Layup no good. Knocked away by Millbrook, and it will stay with the Cardinals with 4.4 seconds to go in this first quarter. Tyler Jones will inbound it from the baseline. Spring Mills 16, Millbrook 6. They'll have the final shot of the quarter. They'll get it into Thomas over to a compound with a wide open triple, and that is nothing but net for Spring Mills with the buzzer beater. And it's 19-6 after the first quarter. Spring Mills on top and looking good on all phases of the game. We'll take a 1-minute break. When we return on the second quarter, this is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
Good balance from the Spring Mills Cardinals in that first quarter leads to a 19-6 lead at the end of one. It'll be Millbrook basketball to start this second quarter. Spring Mills on top 19-6 after a tough first quarter for the Pioneers. And the Cardinals doing a lot of good things. A lot of bounce like I mentioned, as they've had four guys score in that first quarter of play. Millbrook has it here off the inbound. So far, just one person scoring for them, and Sean Rooks on 2 threes. Here's Ford with it on the wing. Good defense from Xavier Anderson. Bounce pass underneath to Banks. Kicks it back out to Ford. Xavier Anderson tips it away. He's got the steal. Anderson looking to run. Good hustle, though, on the Millbrook side. As taking it away was Creswell, as we mentioned. He's coming off the concussion. He's now back with the team and going to be a big part of this season, you would think, for Millbrook, possibly. Riley Banker with it. Ford driving in, kicks it out. Creswell drives, attacks with the right hand. Now a good strong take from Keon Lewis, but that is blocked by Caleb Thomas. Max Anderson looking to run. Kicks it out. Accampong over to Anderson, now back into the hands of Jones. 19-6, Spring Mills, 7 minutes to go in this first half. Accampong into the corner now, low post Caleb Thomas. He gets double teamed and foul called against Millbrook. Spring Mills will have it underneath. Spring Mills, 6:50 to go in this second quarter. Cardinals will take it underneath with Jones. Jones inbounds to Caleb Thomas. Accampong wide open triple again, and he gets nothing but net once again. Three-pointer is good, 8 points from the young point guard, 22-6. Forward with the basketball over to Banks. Now into the hands of Riley Baker. And foul called against Spring Mills. It'll go on Jones. That's his first. And also just the first foul on the Cardinals. Not a whole lot of fouls here in the early going. 22-6 our score. Spring Mills on top of Millbrook. Ford with it in the corner. He gets double teamed. Down to the hands of Banks. Nothing going for this Millbrook offense here early on. Here's a strong take from Creswell. No foul called. Caleb Thomas grabs the rebound. Looks ahead to Xavier Anderson. He goes up strong, but he traveled. Needed to take one dribble on that one. But that is a scary duo there with those two running the floor. The 6'7 Caleb Thomas and his ball handling ability to go along with the 6'7 Xavier Anderson. If he's able to run the floor like that, Spring Mills could be a very dangerous team. Oof Smith checks back into the game. Jones checks out. 22-6. Spring Mills on top here with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Creswell bounce pass taken away by Xavier Anderson into the hands of Accampong. Accampong with the crossover dribble into the corner to Oof Smith. Now over to Caleb Thomas. Caleb Thomas going baseline, kicks it out. Achenbaum, extra pass to Max Anderson. Back out to Achenbaum. Now in the corner to Thomas. Thomas gets double teamed. Achenbaum. Oof Smith, wide open triple for the lefty, and that's good. Another three for Spring Mills here in this second quarter. Lake Oof Smith with 6 points. There's a strong take on the other end for Millbrook. Count the basket and the foul for Sean Rooks, who has all 8 points for the Pioneers. He'll head to the line for the three-point play. 25-8, Spring Mills on top, 5:19 to go in this second quarter. Our second quarter is brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Located at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg or online or Orsinis.com. The free throw is up and good, 25-9. Spring Mills leads Millbrook here tonight. 5:19 to go in this second period of play. And Spring Mills will bring the basketball across the timeline with Achenbaum into the hands of Max Anderson. Good pass down low to Xavier Anderson from Caleb Thomas, and he gets another layup to go. Xavier Anderson with 8 points. He leads Spring Mills. I'm sorry, no, he doesn't, but it's been good scoring for them. Second leading scorer here is Xavier Anderson, 27-9. Cardinals on top. Good pass here over to Rooks. Rooks drives in. That should be a travel if there's no foul, and that is the call from the official. 27-9, Spring Mills still on top, 4:49 to go in this second period of play. Our other second quarter sponsor is Craig Blair for State Senate, the Eastern Panhandle's first and only Senate president and Lieutenant Governor, a fiscal and social conservative who's making West Virginia great again by cutting taxes and creating jobs. Let's re-elect Craig Blair in 2024. Turnover for the Cardinals. Shot the other way is short. Rebounded by Xavier Anderson. That shot there from Millbrook's Kyle Arthur just a little bit short. 27-9. Spring Mills still on top. Caleb Thomas drives into the lane, has it poked away, but he is fouled. And the Cardinals will take it underneath. So far they've had good execution on these inbounds passes, and we'll see if Spring Mills can continue this. Booth Smith to inbound it. Taking it out is Caleb Thomas. Good move from the young man in the two-handed dunk. Put him on a poster from Caleb Thomas, 29-9. Oh, my goodness. Didn't see that from the young man a few seasons ago, but a dunk in the half court and a very effective one at that. 29-9. Cardinals on top. I like the aggressiveness from Caleb Thomas here entering his junior season. Already 2 dunks in this one. Here's a three-pointer from the other end, and that's no good. Thomas grabs the rebound, outlet pass, Oof Smith. Fast break for the Cardinals. Nice Euro step from the young man. The shot is no good. Good hustle from Spring Mills, but it's taken away by Millbrook. They'll run back the other way. Excitement here in the Cardinal Coliseum. Rooks kicks it out. Arthur trying to drive in. Good defense from the Cardinals. Now the Pioneers on the other end. Banks can't get it to go. Pass inside is going to be called a foul, and Creswell finishes the layup. Count the basket. Foul picked up by Caleb Thomas. 29-11. Cohen Creswell with his first basket. Millbrook going into its bench a little bit, pulling in Kyler Jackson off the bench. Andrew Henry checking back in. I'm sorry, Chase Ford checking back in, excuse me. The free throw here from Creswell. The 29-11 is up and good. And since the free throw is good, they'll get their sub, and now Kyler Jackson comes on for Creswell. With a good take, he's the only other Pioneer to score now besides Sean Rooks, who has 9 points, 9 of the 12. So far for Millbrook. Caleb Thomas up top, a foul called. I believe that's going to go against Rooks here at 29-12 still. And Spring Mills will inbound again underneath. You got to look out for that play they just ran. The Caleb Thomas fake to the three-point perimeter. Well, now they'll have it on the sideline, so can't run anything like that, but effective play there for Spring Mills. We'll see what they get here off the inbound into Thomas. Good run from Brooks to knock it away. Spring Mills will inbound again. This time in front of the Millbrook bench. Hoof Smith will inbound. 3:01 left in the first half. Max Anderson has it off the inbounds pass over to the Compound. Caleb Thomas now gets trapped, swings it to the corner. Compound resets. Bounce pass underneath to Thomas. He'll go into the low post, kick it out to Hoof Smith. Hoof Smith pull-up jumper. He's fouled on his way up, and he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Just the second and third free throws coming up here on the night for Spring Mills, as Caleb Thomas had the and one earlier. Hugh Smith to the charity stripe. His first one is up and good. 7 points for him so far. 30-12. Spring Mills on top with 2:39 left in this first half. It's been pretty much all Cardinals since a slow start. That's an offensive rebound for Xavier Anderson. He tips it into the hands of Caleb Thomas, but it's poked away by Millbrook. They'll run back now. Arthur with the basketball. Compound with the tough defense. Arthur comes off a screen, dribbles into the corner, goes down low, and has it taken away by Hoof Smith. Hoof Smith now in transition, going up strong to the basket. Shot is no good. Max Anderson flies in for the rebound. Can't grab it. It's off of him, though. They'll head back to the Pioneers. Jones getting ready to check back in. Cardinals cruising so far, and just Millbrook looking pretty dysfunctional offensively, not getting a whole lot of good looks so far in this one. Kyle Arthur with the basketball. Just over 2 minutes to play in this first half. Arthur dumps it over to Ford. Ford guarded closely by Jones. There's a pass off the foot of Rooks. Rooks tries to chase it down. It'll be a backcourt violation and another turnover for the Pioneers. Banks will come back in here for Millbrook. Checking out will be Andrew Henry. Caleb Thomas to inbound it to Max Anderson. Akpom left wide open for some reason. His shot, though, is short, rebounded by Ford. Ford ahead to Arthur, but it's taken away. Akpom running back the other way for Spring Mills. Finds Anderson. Max Anderson drives in, kicks it out. Caleb Thomas, head fake, drive back in. Akpom with the head fake. Left-handed dribble into the lane, lost control of the basketball, swings it over Anderson. That's a long two. That shot is no good. Rebounded by Chase Ford. Ford now with the behind-the-back dribble. Pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Rebounded again by the Cardinals. 30-12. Spring Mills still on top. 1:14 to go in this first half of play. Cardinals bringing it back into the front court now. Max Anderson with it on the left wing. Anderson back out to Caleb Thomas. Compound left wide open. He goes down low to the post. Jones now with the head fake on the dribble, but he traveled. Hoof Smith coming right back in here with 55 seconds to go before halftime. Max Anderson will check out, get a breather here with the Cardinals again up big here at 30-12, but some possessions here toward the end of the quarter not quite going their way. Coach Samples yelling out things from the sidelines. Coach Green trying to match on the Millbrook side, and there's another turnover for Millbrook. Spring Mills will get it back here with 44 seconds to go before halftime. We're not tracking the turnovers, but it's got to be a lot for at least double digits for Millbrook at this point. Akampon pulls up with the long two, I believe that will be, and it is good. 32-12. Another good-looking shot from Akizi Poku Akampon with the long two. 32-12. Nice drive, but that one rejected by Caleb Thomas. Here's an inbound here for Millbrook. Banks into the corner for Ford, down low. Back to Ford, three-pointer on the way is good. Chase Ford with his first 3 points, 32-15 now. Spring Mills right before the buzzer, no good. And we'll head to halftime, 32-15, Cardinals on top of the Millbrook Pioneers. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 2 minutes.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer!
The Mountaineer Pub offers many daily specials including Trivia Night Mondays, Karaoke Tuesdays, Steak Night Wednesdays and Sundays, Boneless Swing Night Thursdays, and DJ and or karaoke, again Fridays and Saturdays. And remember, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays through Fridays is happy hour with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Pub!
We welcome you back here to the Cardinal Coliseum. At the half, our score, Spring Mills 32, Millbrook 15. As we welcome you in now to the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show. The Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. We'll get into some halftime stats. For the Pioneers, Creswell with 3, Chase Ford with 3, and 9 from Sean Rooks. That totals up to their 15 points. On the Spring Mills side, good balance. Akize Opoku Akpon with 10 points. Caleb Thomas with 7. Xavier Anderson with 8. And Lake Oof Smith with 7. Those are the Cardinals' scores here at the half at 32-15. Our first half stats are brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect. Offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. So we'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, Dylan Bishop will have a quick halftime scoreboard update for you before we get ready for the second half. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV Tech.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football. Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney. Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
The W.B. Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg clinics will be moving to a new location beginning January 9th. Our RNI team is moving to a larger custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. Teams that will be moving include physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology. We look forward to welcoming new patients at our new location on January 9th. For more info, call 304-596-5038.
Welcome into the N1 Halftime Scoreboard Show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, as Spring Mills has a lead at halftime 32-15 over Millbrook. Let's take a look at some scores from around the sports world here tonight. You have Washington boys basketball and Hedgesville girls basketball happening tonight. We don't have any score updates from there, but we'll let you know if we do. But from around the rest of the basketball world, in college basketball, Division I, top 25 games going on right now. Number 12, Tennessee leading Georgia Southern 51-26. Number 21, Duke up 49-41 with 17.5 minutes to go in that one over Hofstra. In the NBA, 3 games going on right now, as the Nuggets and Bulls have just tipped off. But also we have the Cavaliers up 37-31 in the second quarter on the Celtics in Boston. And 2 minutes into the second quarter in Dallas, the Mavericks have a 40-32 lead over the Lakers. Handful of NHL games going on right now. Hurricanes and Senators tied at 1 in the second period. The Maple Leafs up 4-1 on the New York Rangers in the second period. Second period in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins and Coyotes are tied at 2 apiece. Red Wings and Blues. Detroit leads 2-1 in the first period. And things just getting underway in Nashville between the Predators and the Flyers. Handful of games in both of those sports not yet started. But with that, we'll get you back to Spring Mills High School. Again, 32-15 at half. Cardinals lead Millbrook. After this 2-minute break, we'll be back with Nick Verzolini from the Cardinal Coliseum.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back here to the Cardinal Coliseum. Spring Mills 32, Millbrook 15 at the half. We're just about ready for the start of this third quarter between the two teams. Spring Mills pretty much dominating that first half. Good balance in their scoring. 4 out of their 5 starters scoring so far. Kind of surprised we haven't seen any baskets from Max Anderson, but he's been effective in other ways. Defense, making passes, and it's not always about scoring, of course. On the Millbrook side, Sean Rooks has led the way with his 9 points, but other than that, they've really had difficulty finding open looks against the Cardinal defense. It will be Spring Mills' possession here out of halftime as we begin this third quarter, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to fordofhagerstown.com. As well as Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. Oof Smith will inbound the basketball here directly in front of us, and we'll get ready for the start of the second half. 32-15 Cardinals here as we begin the third quarter. Caleb Thomas catches on the wing, swings it over to Max Anderson. Anderson skip pass into the corner. Down low to Thomas, and he goes up for the two-handed slam to start the second half. Caleb Thomas with his third dunk of the ball game, 34-15. So it just continues to get tougher and tougher for the Millbrook Pioneers, and Thomas is putting on a show with the slam dunks. 9 points for Caleb. 7:43 to go in this third quarter. Off the inbound, Xavier Anderson skies up and snatches it away for Spring Mills. Smartly slows it down and resets the offense. Thomas with it now over to Max Anderson. High post, Caleb Thomas. Good pass out of the high post over to Oof Smith, who gets double teamed. Now in the high post, Caleb Thomas goes up with a one-handed layup from the right side, 36-15. Thomas with 4 points to start the second half. He's got 11 total. And Spring Mills continues their work on both ends of the floor. Here's Chase Ford over to Banks. Banks in the corner. Rooks tries a three. That is short. Tipped by Anderson into the hands of Ford, and Millbrook will get another opportunity here. Under 7 to go in this third quarter. Ford pulls up, good contest from Xavier Anderson. Thomas easily snacks the rebound, tries to look down floor for Max Anderson, but it's taken away by Darius Banks. Millbrook works it in the corner. Henry corner three, that's short. Rebounded by a Compon. The no look to run. Nearly goes back court, but he resets. Finds Caleb Thomas, top of the key. Thomas drives in, kicks it out. Ooh Smith corner three, good. Spring Mills executing very well to start this second half. And it's a timeout taken by Coach Green and the Millbrook Pioneers. It's 39-15. Spring Mills on a little bit of a run, 7-0 run to start this third quarter. We will take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. A hearty meal of 12 pieces for $12 is just what the boys need to be at their best. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rock's 12 pieces of chicken, just $12.
We welcome you back here to the Cardinal Coliseum, 39-15. Spring Mills on top of the Millbrook Pioneers. Nick Verzolini back in the studio. Dylan Bishop, our cameraman this evening, is Kyle McLaughlin. 39-15 our score. Banks with the basketball, 6:19 to play in this third period. Millbrook has it on their side of the court. Up top to Rooks. Rooks swings it over to Henry, guarded by Xavier Anderson. Caleb Thomas jumps the pass. Here comes another dunk for the big man. Caleb Thomas continues to fly through the sky against the Millbrook Pioneers. 13 points for him as well. Henry with an open three. That is short. Rebounded by Banks. Millbrook with a little bit more intensity this half. That shot from 4 is off the mark, but still struggling on both ends. And they're going to say that Achenbaum stepped out of bounds there on the baseline, but I thought he might have been pushed, but no call from the official. And kind of a tough angle for me to see exactly, but that's what it at least looked like. Ford has it, swings it over. Rooks, top of the key three. That's short, rebounded by Caleb Thomas. Full court pass down to Oof Smith, and it's incomplete. Heads out of bounds, and Millbrook will take back over. But you understand the idea from Caleb Thomas, and with a 41-15 lead, why not try a deep pass down the field for Spring Mills with everything pretty much going their way in this ball game. Here's Chase Ford with it on the right wing. Ford head fakes, kicks it over to Arthur. Arthur guarded by Logan Bush, who's checked into the game. Skip pass into the corner. Ford guarded closely, nearly goes out of bounds. Good defense from Thomas. Ford forced to just smartly throw it off of Caleb Thomas's knee to keep the possession alive. Arthur will inbound it here. Kyle Arthur, that is, number 24. Will get it in for the Pioneers. Henry off the inbounds and then out, no good. Rebounded by Achenbaum, and he'll look to run. Brings it across half court. Henry with the tight defense. Into the corner now for Oof Smith, down low. Anderson, skip pass. Logan Bush, open three. That shot is just short. What a rebound, though, by Oof Smith from the corner. He'll swing it or try to move the basketball, but a timeout taken by Coach Samples to keep the possession alive here at 41-15 with 4:36 to go in the third quarter. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Spring Mills 41, Millbrook 15 here in this third quarter. Nick Verzolini here for you for WRNR and TV 10. Third period of work. Spring Mills has the possession out of the Coach Samples timeout as they look to get their first win of the season here in game number 1. Should be well on their way to do so with the score being the way it is. Tyler Jones is checked in. He will inbound. He gets it into Caleb Thomas. Thomas skip pass to Achenbaum. Guarded closely by Henry. Over to Bush. Again, he's left open. Bush skips it into the corner now. Extra pass from Caleb Thomas. Back out to Bush for the open three. Logan Bush with the triple. 44-15. Spring Mills on top with 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Banks drives baseline. A foul called against the Cardinals. As things continue to work for Spring Mills offensively. 6 3-pointers so far in the game. Here's Henry with an open three, and he knocks it down. Andrew Henry with his first 3 points at 44-18. Good-looking shot there from the guard. High post Thomas. He'll work it over to Bush again. Head fake. Thought about it. Skip pass over to Jones. His open three is too strong. Rebounded by Caleb Thomas. Thomas goes up strong with the right hand and puts it back up and in. Caleb Thomas has taken over this third quarter at 46-18. Banks pull-up jumper, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Achenbaum. Caleb Thomas with 8 points this quarter. There's a three-pointer from the Cardinals. Unfortunately, I didn't see who knocked that one down. Arthur with the pull-up J on the other end, rebounded by Achenbaum. Over to Jones now. Jones corner three. That's good. Tyler Jones joins the three-point barrage for Spring Mills, and it's Cardinals 52, Pioneers 18, 2:55 to go in that third quarter. Another timeout here for Millbrook. Let's take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
We welcome you back here to the Cardinal Coliseum. Spring Mills 52, Millbrook 18 here in this third quarter. Nick Verzolini, happy to have you with us. Colin McLaughlin, our cameraman, and back in the studio, Dylan Bishop. 52-18 again our score here in this third quarter. Spring Mills just continues to pull away as they have just been rolling really from that first quarter on. Chase Ford has it off the inbound, guarded by Caleb Thomas. And Ford looking to go to work. Comes off the screen from Creswell. Creswell faces, kicks it out. Henry, spin move. Into the corner now, Rooks off the screen. Jones guarding. Rooks attacks. Bounce pass, three on the way is no good. Anderson grabs the rebound, and a foul called against Millbrook. Henry gets it into Rooks. Rooks with the scoop shot layup, and that's up and good. Sean Rooks with his first 2 points of the second half. He's got 11 to lead Millbrook. Now 52-20 our score. Cardinals have it now with Caleb Thomas. Dribble handoff with Bush. Bush over to Jones. Jones reverses. Good ball movement here for the Cardinals. Anderson kicks it out. Caleb Thomas open three on the way. That's off the mark. No good. Henry grabs the rebound from Millbrook. He's running the floor. Henry bounce pass into the corner for Chase Ford. Kicking it over to Banks now. High post Creswell. Creswell, good bounce pass. Underneath the Ford. His shot no good. Rebounded by Achenbaum. Who made that three earlier that I missed. So his first 3 points of the second half. He has 13. 52-20. 1:25 to go in this third quarter. Here's the floater in the lane. Good again from Sean Rooks. He has 4. And we got another timeout. 52-22 our score. Third quarter, 1:20 to go. Take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10. We're back in 30.
The Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot are in a league of their own when it comes to rugged capability. Their relentless power and versatility make these vehicles the ultimate challengers for exhilarating adventures and formidable terrain. But it's not just performance that makes these cars special. It's the unwavering determination that inspires everything we do. That's why we're KBB.com's best value brand of 2023.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA's, moving lives forward.
Available all-wheel drive on Pilot based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills High School. Cardinals 52, Pioneers 22. Spring Mills taking on Millbrook here tonight. Third period, 1:20 to go in this third quarter. And Spring Mills has just really dominated this one from the beginning. Defense leading the easy offense, it feels like, for the most part. But also just some well-executed offense for Spring Mills. They've been very impressive here to tip off this season. Oof Smith with it. Sharing the basketball. Caleb Thomas trying to go up again. He's denied at the rim by Creswell, but still finishes. 54-22. Henry attacks. That one tipped away by Thomas. We'll see how Spring Mills elects to play things down the stretch with the huge lead over Millbrook. Game one, so you still want to get your starters some good run here, but no reason to really risk anything. Oh, man. Caleb Thomas sent it back to Millbrook on that one. Or back to Winchester, I guess. Millbrook's not an actual place, but at least that I know of. 54-22. Here's Ford into the corner off the Creswell screen. Creswell reverses it. Henry with the three. That's good. Good quarter here from Andrew Henry. 6 points, made some threes. 54-25 our score. Caleb Thomas attacks the basket. Good pass underneath. Xavier Anderson with the reverse layup. No good. Thomas with the follow. Tipped around. Achenbaum smartly brings it back out. Swings it to Max Anderson. Anderson is fouled on his way toward the pass. Henry will pick up the personal. Not a whole lot of fouls in this one. Just the second on the Pioneers, though. That is the third on Henry. So at 54-25. Picking up a few. Oof Smith gets it in. 15 seconds to play in this third quarter. Caleb Thomas with the between-the-legs dribble. Thomas attacks the basket. Has it taken away by the Pioneers. Pioneers running back the other way now. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Anderson will launch at the buzzer, and that's no good. Xavier Anderson with that last second heave. And we head to the fourth. Spring Mills 54, Millbrook 25. We're back in 60 seconds. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Hi, I'm Lori.
And I'm Dave. It's hard to believe, but Bechtel Jewelers is going out of business. Before we close, you can save up to 80% off our entire inventory of gold, diamonds, watches, even unique estate jewelry.
Everything in our inventory must go. And now we've taken deeper discounts store-wide. So help Santa out early this year and visit Bechtel Jewelers before it's too late.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills, 54-25. Cardinals on top of the Millbrook Pioneers. Nick Verzolini here at the Cardinal Coliseum. Kyle McLaughlin, our cameraman, back in the studio. Dylan Bishop. And Spring Mills up 54-25 over Millbrook as we begin this fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is brought to you by Ollie's VIP Northside. The best local spot to catch sports or hang out with friends. Stop by 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. Ollie's VIP will see you for the game. Millbrook with some subs on. Spring Mills with mainly the entire starting lineup still in. And looks like Millbrook's going to burn a timeout. Our other fourth quarter sponsor here on TV 10 is the Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state, they have you covered. 54-25 our score. Spring Mills has done it with well-executed defense, well-executed offense, and here in this first game of the season, pretty impressive. These two teams have played close ones over the years. The last season, 60-59 win for Spring Mills. 2 years ago, a 56-49 win for the Cardinals as well. So even though Spring Mills has won both games over the last 2 years, they've both been relatively close. down to the wire games. This one not the case. Here is 7:48 to go in this fourth quarter, and Spring Mills up 54-25. So out of the timeout, Millbrook keeps the possession. And struggling to get it in is Drayton Bailey. Ball gets tipped away. It will remain with Millbrook. Bailey checking in, one of the subs on for the Pioneers. They try to figure some things out here in the early part of the season. Ford off the Creswell screen, goes behind his back, drives into the lane, kicks it back over to Lewis. Lewis into the corner now. A three-pointer is off the mark, no good. And diving on the floor is Max Anderson. They're going to roll it off of Millbrook and will be Spring Mills possession. So we'll see how long the Cardinals keep their starters out here with a commanding lead. But as I mentioned earlier, it's first game of the season. You want to get these guys, in basketball shape and get them some run, but also you don't want to risk injuries. I think that's going to be an offensive foul, and it is a moving screen called on Caleb Thomas. So a turnover here for Spring Mills, as this has been a slow-moving fourth quarter with some tough possessions here for both teams. Millbrook again struggling to get the ball in, but they find Ford off the inbound. Chase Ford has 3 points, and he comes off a Creswell screen. Over now to Baker. Baker into Creswell. Millbrook trying to find something here on the perimeter. Lewis to Creswell. Power dribbles his way up. Good looking reverse layup, but the shot is way off. Rebounded by Xavier Anderson. Down the court to Max Anderson now. Anderson with the layup on the left side. Max Anderson's first 2 points come here in the fourth quarter at 56-25. Just over 6.5 minutes left in this one. Driving baseline, Creswell. Open looking three, but he'll pass up on it. Swing it to Bailey. Cardinals get a tip on that pass into the high post. Creswell drives in. Shot is off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Caleb Thomas. Thomas picks it up, spins away, throws it to Max Anderson. Anderson goes up with the Euro step. Layup up and good for Max Anderson. Good play from Spring Mills as it looked like disaster, but Thomas somehow found Anderson, and Anderson with a good finish on the other end. 58-25, 30-second break out of the timeout. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, I'm Lori.
And I'm Dave. It's hard to believe, but Bechtel Jewelers is going out of business. Before we close, you can save up to 80% off our entire inventory of gold, diamonds, watches, even unique estate jewelry.
Everything in our inventory must go. And now we've taken deeper discounts store-wide. So help Santa out early this year and visit Bechtel Jewelers before it's too late.
Back here to Spring Mills High School. Cardinals on top of the Millbrook Pioneers, leading by a lot. 58-25 our score here at Spring Mills High School. Nick Verzolini here for TV 10. Dylan Bishop back in the studio. Kyle McLaughlin, our cameraman here this evening. Appreciate those guys, of course, as always. As again, with 6 minutes to go in this fourth quarter, Millbrook has it on the baseline. And Millbrook will bring it across here. Down the court, into the hands of Lewis. Lewis goes up with the left hand. His shot bothered by Thomas. Creswell with the offensive rebound. Kicks it into the corner to Lewis, who now drives baseline. Reverse layup is no good. Spring Mills grabs the rebound. They'll push. Max Anderson with the behind-the-back pass into Oof Smith, and his mid-range J is good. Spring Mills with the style points tonight and the actual points. Good pass, though, from Creswell on the other end, and Riley Baker finishes the layup, his first two, 60-27. Oof Smith now on the wing. Off the Thomas screen, lost control of it, nearly hits a cheerleader and heads out of bounds. Substitution running on here for Millbrook. Jalen Shiflett checking into the ball game with 5:16 left in this one. Caleb Thomas has it in the corner. Thomas spins off, goes up strong with the right-hand shot, is off the mark, no good. Shiflett grabs the rebound. Into the hands now of Bailey. Bailey attacks, goes up strong, and finishes, and the foul. Good take from Dretton Bailey, and these are important minutes for Millbrook players, as they're going to most likely start the season here 2-5, try to figure some things out. So if you can show the coaching staff your potential or what you can do, it could open up opportunities for this team, or on this team, I should say. Bailey's free throw is up and good. He converts the three-point play and cuts the lead in half now at 60-30. Good crossover dribble. Pass down low to Xavier Anderson, and a foul called. 4:58 left. Spring Mills looking to start the season 1-0 in what will be a big year for the Cardinals. High expectations coming off of a 15-9 season where they came up short, though, in the postseason, back-to-back years, so they're trying to get over the hump, have that March mentality. Here's a drive in from Max Anderson. Anderson going hard at the basket. His layup is no good, gets his own rebound, and it's swatted away by Keon Lewis. It'll stay with the Cardinals underneath. As I said, Spring Mills trying to establish themselves here in the EPAC. Jefferson, of course, has a lot coming back. They'll be tough. Musselman has a lot coming back. Martinsburg has some newcomers that could be effective. Of course, Hedgesville is Hedgesville with Coach Kelly Church. Anderson with the crossover dribble, and Washington has some young potential. There's a foul as Anderson on his way up. Max Anderson will head to the line to shoot two. In what appears to be a pretty open EPAC, where a lot of teams look like they could be competitive this year. It should be a fun season here, so stay tuned for our broadcast here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, as well as Talk Radio WRNR 106.5 FM and AM 740. Free throw no good from Anderson. A rare miss from the line here tonight for Spring Mills. Well, they haven't been there much, but on the night, they're 2 for 3 heading into this free throw now. 2 for 4, so I guess it's a 50% miss, but now both of those no good from Anderson. And Millbrook brings it across. Keon Lewis with the basketball. Skip pass into the corner to Bailey. Bailey with the high post pass to Shiflett. That's tipped away. Drive in, and that one's swatted by Caleb Thomas. And uh-oh, here we go. Oof Smith in transition with the two-handed jam. It's just 2 points, but man, Spring Mills has the athletes to compete this year, it appears. This shot is up and good from Chase Hepner, who checked into the game. And timeout taken by the Cardinals. I think they'll probably try to go to some subs. Still up 30 here with 3:52 left. We'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills High School. It's the Cardinals 62, the Millbrook Pioneers 32. Max Anderson heads to the bench as Spring Mills gets a sub on. It's Jones. With 3:50 left in this one, Caleb Thomas bringing it across the court. Spring Mills with 5 dunks here. Here's Oof Smith, who just threw one down a few moments ago. Shot no good from the corner, but Thomas grabs the rebound. And Accampon will reset the offense. Oof Smith now drives in, goes up strong with the layup, no good. Rebounded by Shiflett. Millbrook now looking to go quickly back the other way into the hands of Baker. Baker swings to Lewis. Lewis drives in against Xavier Anderson. Tough-looking layup. It's no good. Jones grabs the rebound. Millbrook bringing on a bunch of subs here. Spring Mills looking to do the same here momentarily as Bush checking in. Down low to Anderson. Anderson powers his way up. I'm sorry, that was Caleb Thomas, but the shot was no good. Lewis in transition. Dribble drive in now. Kick it out. Baker's three-pointer is good. Nothing but net for Riley Baker. He has 5 points. As the Pioneers start to get it going here at 62-35, but a little bit too late in this one. Some better offense though in the second half. Jones pulls up from the elbow, Jay, and that's good. Tell you what, I like what I've seen from Tyler Jones and his 5 points off the bench. Spring Mills has the depth, but they don't necessarily use a lot of it, it appears, at least in this game. But this has also been a struggling Millbrook team, so tough to tell. Lewis over to Bailey. Shiflett with it in the corner. Good pass down low to Lewis, and his layup is up and good. And you know what? The second unit from Millbrook has brought some intensity here in this second half with just over 2 minutes to play. Jones with it on the wing. Down low to Caleb Thomas. Thomas into the hands now of Acapon. Now back to Thomas on the baseline. He makes a move on the block and gets the reverse layup to go. Caleb Thomas with a huge second half and just overall a great game. Bush is going to check in 66-37. 1:43 left here in this fourth quarter. Another 30-second break out of the timeout. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back here to Spring Mills High School. Spring Mills 66, Millbrook 37. Fourth quarter winding down here between these two teams as the Cardinals looking to start the season 1-0. Millbrook will fall to 2-5, but Spring Mills can pretty much lock it up. They go with a relatively young unit here, Jones, as well as Acapom, Xavier Anderson, Oof Smith, and Logan Bush out there on the court for Spring Mills. Bush, I believe, he's only a sophomore, my bad. Thought he was a junior by now, but no, only a sophomore. 66-37 our score, at least according to the roster I have. It could be slightly inaccurate, I'm not sure, because it's listing Max Anderson as a sophomore, and last I checked, he's a junior unless something's changed. But Spring Mills now running on another sub. It will be TJ Crawford into the game with 1:33 left. Crawford comes on for Oof Smith, who also has had a very impressive game here tonight. 1:24 left, driving baseline there is Chase Hepner, and he's out of bounds. .122 left in this fourth quarter. Dribble handoff here, three-pointer on the way, and that's good from TJ Crawford. Good-looking shot there from Crawford. 69-37 our score. 1:03 left. Drive baseline. Knocked away. Xavier Anderson has it now. He'll run the floor. Anderson into the hands of Crawford. Crawford up top to Bush. Jones now with it. And foul going against, I believe, Millbrook here. It will. So Spring Mills will reset their offense underneath the basket. Bush gets it into Jones. Jones attacks with the left hand, goes up strong, misses the shot, but grabs his own rebound. And he'll shoot 2. As it looks like the foul will be on Thomas White. 69-37, Spring Mills over Millbrook, 41 seconds left. Stay tuned. Well, on the Palace Lounge post-game show, we'll bring you the scoring stats. We'll talk to Coach Luke Samples for a little bit about his team's win. And we'll give out some awards as well for tonight's game. So a lot coming up here on the post-game show as the free throw's up and good. The second one from Jones. First one was no good. Millbrook trying to work it around the perimeter. 70-37 our score. A drive in, kick out. Shiflett's 3 is too strong. Jones, great rebound there. And with the final 15 seconds, the Cardinals will most likely just dribble it out here, up 70-37. And get that first win of the season. Well, Crawford will try a 3, and it's good. TJ Crawford with a last-second 3. 6 points for him, 73-37. Spring Mills gets a dominating win here to tip off the season against the Millbrook Pioneers. 73-37 your final. So we'll keep it here momentarily, see if we can get Coach Samples before we jump into the post-game show. And once we get him, we will be able to go into it after a break for a little bit. But a big win here for Spring Mills. And overall, a good win for the Cardinals. So it looks like Coach Samples will join us here in a moment. He's grabbing a water, and he's making his way over. Thank you to Colin for grabbing the head man himself. But, again, Spring Mills getting a big win tonight. It's tip off the season, 73-37. And we're now joined here momentarily by the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, Luke Samples, as his team starts the year off with a good win. And, Coach, 73-37 win tonight over Millbrook. Just what were your initial thoughts here on it?
I think we played well. We did what we wanted to do. We came out, we executed. That was our first game. We shot 59% from the field. You really can't do much better than that. We limited turnovers, and overall, solid game.
Seemed like you got a lot of balanced scoring as well. Is that something you're looking for out of this year's team, to have a lot of balance?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of really good basketball players. I mean, you saw at the end there, we have TJ Crawford, our only senior. He can really shoot it. I probably should have got him in the game a little sooner. But, yeah, man, that's what you can't rely on one kid. You have to rely on multiple options, and we have multiple options. We have kids that didn't play very well that can play a lot better.
We talked on the Sports Mix today about Caleb Thomas's development, and you really saw his aggressiveness and his ability to finish at the basket tonight. How impressed were you with him tonight?
He's really good, man. 19 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists. He's really, really good. He was plus 32 tonight on the floor. So, I told you would see a different side of Caleb. And again, we just have to work on, when they're just hugging him and all over him. He's got to finish a little better through contact. But he got tired out there. He never comes off the floor. He's unstoppable with the guys we have around him. We just, unforced errors, unforced turnovers. But in my opinion, Caleb Thomas is a first-team All-State kid. And he proved it tonight. 3 or 4 monster dunks. He's really, really good.
You had some young guys that hadn't gotten a ton of playing time in the past step up for you tonight. What did you like from those guys?
Yeah, I think Lokai U. Smith, Akwesi Opoku, Champong, Xavier Anderson, they're just guys that no one knew. The development in the offseason, we take pride in our offseason program. We take pride in our offensive development. Those guys were playing JV last year. One's a sophomore, one's a junior, and they worked all offseason, and it shows. They can shoot it. Akwesi can handle the pill. and Lokai with a monster dunk too. He's a great leaper. So yeah, first game, I'm pleased. And again, we have guys that we're looking for more out of, and I think that just develops in the future.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Congrats
Thank
on
you,
the
man.
win.
Appreciate it, man.
So that was Coach Luke Samples. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break, and then we will wrap things up here from Spring Mills High School as the Cardinals get the 73-37 win over Millbrook.
The Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot are in a league of their own when it comes to rugged capability. Their relentless power and versatility make these vehicles the ultimate challengers for exhilarating adventures and formidable terrain. But it's not just performance that makes these cars special. It's the unwavering determination that inspires everything we do. That's why we're KBB.com's best value brand of 2023.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA's moving lives forward.
Available all-wheel drive on Pilot based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelly Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Heffley Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Back and welcome you into now the Palace Lounge postgame show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu. With daily specials on a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. We'll now get you some game stats. We'll start with the Millbrook Pioneers. 6 points tonight from Creswell, 6 points from Henry, 3 points from Ford, 13 from Rooks. He led the way. 5 for Baker, 2 for Lewis, 3 for Bailey, and 2 for Hepner. And that totals up to their 37. And then on the Spring Mills side, 13 from Apaku Akampon, 19 from Caleb Thomas, 6 for Tyler Jones, 8 for Xavier Anderson, Oof Smith with 14, 4 for Max Anderson, 6 for TJ Crawford, and 3 for Logan Bush. Those are your game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 South Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business as they get ready to close down. So make sure to stop by there and get a great deal for some jewelry as they are retiring. And then we'll get into our awards now. Our rejection of the game brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, family owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. I'm going to go with the Caleb Thomas one here toward the end. I think it was in the third or fourth quarter where he just went up and got a big block on Creswell, I believe it was. And that was my rejection of the game. Moment of the game brought to you by WV Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center, leading healthcare here and everywhere. It's hard to pick just one, so I'm just going to go with the 5 dunks. If I had to choose one, probably would be, I believe it was the first or second quarter when Thomas faked the ball and went baseline and slammed it on him. But I thought the 5 dunks just in general were great for the moment of the game. And then finally, player of the game brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance for all of your insurance needs. Call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. Coach Samples gave us the stats there. 19 points for Caleb Thomas, nearly a triple-double. He's got to be your player of the game here tonight. So that does it here for us from Spring Mills Coliseum, Cardinal Coliseum. Nick Verzolini here on the call. My cameraman, Colin McLaughlin, and back in the studio, Dylan Bishop. 2-minute break, and then you'll hear from Dylan with the post-game scoreboard show. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Have a good night, everyone.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Let's go! Drink some beers!
The Mountaineer Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Mondays, Karaoke Tuesdays, Steak Night Wednesdays and Sundays, Boneless Swing Night Thursdays, and DJ and/or karaoke, again Fridays and Saturdays. Now remember, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays through Fridays is happy hour with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Pub!
WVU Medicine Jefferson Medical Center is proud to announce that our total hip and knee replacement surgery programs recently earned the Joint Commission's Gold Seal of Approval. Achieving this prestigious Joint Commission certification distinguishes Jefferson Medical Center for the excellent care our orthopedic team provides at every stage from pre-admission to acute hospital stay and discharge. It also demonstrates Jefferson Medical Center's ongoing commitment to improving patient care. WVU Medicine, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Into the post-game scoreboard. R&R and TV10 here with the post-game scoreboard show. After a 73-37 win for Spring Mills over Millbrook from the Cardinal Coliseum in Spring Mills' first game of the season. A game that went down to the wire last year. This time Spring Mills gets the big-time victory. Look around the college basketball world. 2 top 25 games that went on tonight. 2 victories for the ranked teams. Duke, number 21, got a 21-point victory over Hofstra, 89-68. Tennessee with a 74-56 victory at home over Georgia Southern. Only a couple games in the Big 12 tonight, one ongoing. Cincinnati only a minute 25 away from getting a victory over Bryant, currently leading 79-52. Texas Tech takes on Oral Roberts on the Big 12 Network and ESPN Plus at 9 o'clock. In the NBA, 3 games currently ongoing. Cavaliers with an 8-point lead in Boston over the Boston Celtics, 82-74 with 5.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Celtics just added on a 3, made it a 5-point game. Over in Dallas, 78-70. The Mavericks currently lead the Lakers with 8.5 minutes left in the third quarter. And then over in Chicago, the Bulls trailing by 5 points to the Nuggets with 2:47 left in the first half. That Mavericks-Lakers game currently taking place on TNT. And at 10 o'clock on TNT, it'll be the Warriors and the Suns, 10-12 versus 12-10. And then at 10:30, Kings take on the Clippers from the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles. Over in the NHL, games currently ongoing. Hurricanes scoring 3 goals in the second period to go up 4-1, just starting the third period over there. Maple Leafs up 4-3. Rangers closing the gap down there in the third period. 2-2, still the score in Pittsburgh between the Penguins and Coyotes with 18 minutes left in the third period. 3-3 tie score in St. Louis between the Blues and the Red Wings. And at the end of the first period between the Predators and the Flyers, Nashville has a 1-0 lead. At 10 o'clock on ESPN will be the Blackhawks and the Oilers. And that Detroit and St. Louis game that's currently tied at 3 is the current game on ESPN with 6:25 left in the second period. Lightning and Canucks starting off at 10 p.m. tonight. Flames and Golden Knights at 10 o'clock. Panthers and Kraken at 10 o'clock as well. And then a 10:30 start for Sharks and Jets over in San Jose. So this has been the AN1 postgame scoreboard show following a Spring Mill 73-37 victory over Millbrook to start off their season on the right track. This is Dylan Bishop for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, hoping you have a good rest of your Tuesday night.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, Ollie's, The Palace Lounge, Bechtel Jewelers, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, and the Mountaineer Grill and Pub.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.